hey there, I'm just gonna save this for later. Greetings, you lonesome unicorns. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham. Welcome to Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Please subscribe to our channel and financially support us through Patreon and all those other fun things. Today, I'm opening a pack of Throne of Eldraine. But there's some sort of force field. There's a shelf that you can just see, so it's not even really practical. Throne of Eldraine. This was given to us by Joseph at, good lord, PAX Unplugged 2019. Or actually, this just says PAX Unplug, which I guess was a different show. Thank you, Joseph. Let's crack into it. First up, 7 dwarves. I think this is only one. It's 7 dwarves. It's 1 in a red for a 2/2 dwarf. 7 dwarves gets +1/+1 for each other creature named 7 dwarves you control, and a deck can have up to 7 cards named 7 dwarves. Now, I've never scrutinized this art before, but there are 7 of them. There are 7 visible characters on this art. I wonder if they have names. Well, I guess Brognold the Third is one of the... Brognold? Why have I never read the flavor text on 7 dwarves? The gleam of my rubies and my brothers and sisters by my side. What more could I want? It says Brognold the Third. So I assume they all have names like Angthwap the Fourth and Spregnord the Sixth, and variously named and numbered as such. This card's fun, by the way, if you happen to get as many dwarves as it needs to make it work. Outflank is next. It's a single white mana for an instant. It deals damage to target attacking or blocking creature equal to the number of creatures that you control. I think originally, at the time, it was considered not great and mid and other varying descriptors, meaning it didn't show up very often. But that also meant you didn't play around it. And so sometimes you just be like, you killed my thing with a 1 mana spell that I was not expecting, because no one plays Outflank, he said in thick, heavy air quotes. Giant Skewer. Giant's Skewer. You should really say things out loud so that you know how they sound when you say them before you write Giant's Skewer on a card. It's just difficult to... Anyway, 1 in a black. For an equipment, the equipped creature gets +2/+1, and whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a creature, create a food token and equip for 3. So I guess flavorfully, you're slicing food out of the creatures you're fighting. Because it doesn't say when you kill them, it's just when you deal damage. So you can damage a creature and not kill it, but still get food. Which is kind of a harrowing prospect, that you're like, hey there, I'm just gonna save this for later. But I guess when you're a giant, people are like, you're not killing me? Great, have the arm. I've decided just now that I'm not going to think about that anymore. Wolf's Quarry, 4 green for a sorcery. Make 3 1/1 boar creature tokens with, when this creature dies, create a food token. Oh, the poor 3 little pigs. You make 3 boars that turn into food. Delicious. The monster was gaining on them. Twice it had found them. There was only one place left to hide. In my belly? Is that where we're going with this? I guess. Oh, it looks nice out here on the idyllic Grange. It's a land, a plains no less, which means that it taps for white in the reminder text, because it's a plain, so it just inherently taps for white. Idyllic Grange enters tapped unless you control 3 or more other plains, and if it enters untapped, or when it enters untapped, but it can only do that if you satisfy the first condition, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. In this cycle of lands, this is not the worst, but it's low. Green one makes you food, the red one makes you a 1/1 dwarf. The black one gets a creature back from your graveyard to the top of your library, but still. And the blue one is banned in some format. Is it modern? Or pauper? The island. Something isle?
It's a Mystic Sanctuary?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's banned in modern and it's banned in pauper.
Hey, all right. So, you know, that's probably the best one. We have to assume. Garenbrig Paladin. 4 and a green for a 4/4 giant knight, and it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. But it also has Adamant, which means if at least 3 green mana was spent to cast the spell, it enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. So for 4 and a green, you get a 4/4 that can't be blocked by small creatures. But for 2 green, 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 you get a 5/5 that can't be blocked by small creatures. I think Adamant was a cool mechanic, and I enjoyed this set a lot. Not because of Adamant, but that was part of it. Not solely because of Adamant, I guess I should say. Ugh. Eye Collector. The way I said that was Eye Collector. It's a single black mana for a 1/1 flying fairy, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, each player puts the top card of their library into their graveyard. Yeah. This worked well with the mill deck. There was obviously the blue-black mill deck with the merfolk that... remember early Arena? Remember Quick Draft? The terrors of Quick Draft of this set? No? Okay. Good. Lucky you. You don't have that particular trauma. Scalding Cauldron, the Scaldron, is a single mana artifact, and you can pay 3 and tap it and sacrifice it, and it deals 3 damage to target creature. And you know what? Sometimes you just had to run this. Sometimes this was just how you had to kill a thing. Playing Throne of Eldraine. Sometimes stuff had to die. Oh, Bucket, my beloved. It's the Brimstone Trebuchet, or the Trebucket. 2 and a red. That's not how you say it. We know that's not how you say it, but we always... Sometimes I'm worried because we commit so hard to these bits that I'm like, you know, everyone at Loading Ready Run thinks it's pronounced Menache. Is this like a regional thing? Is this like a Western Canadian thing? I don't know. Why do they do it like that? And I'm worried that people are like, oh no, they're stupid. They think it's pronounced Trebucket.
Isn't it?
maybe we're helping ruin the language for future generations. This card's great. It's 2 and a red for a 1/3 with Defender and Reach, and you can tap it to deal 1 damage to each opponent. I do like a good end of turn pinger. But wait, whenever a knight enters the battlefield under your control, untap Brimstone Trebuchet. Yes. Dee. I remember playing, like draft decks with three buckets. You just play a knight, Lava Spike. It was great. Crashing Drawbridge, 2 mana for a 0/4, another defender, but you can tap this one to say that creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. So you tap the drawbridge, so you're lowering the drawbridge, and everyone rushes out of the keep. I guess that's where we're going with the flavor of this card. Sure. Ooh. Fancy. It's a hypnotic sprite with the showcase frame. Blue for a 2/1 flyer, or it can go on an adventure. Mesmeric Glare is 2 and a blue for an instant adventure. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less. Very nice. Also looks super cool. Oh, someone's about to become the problem at the table. It's Sir Conrad the Grim, Commander All-Star and Commander Target. 3 black for a 5/4 human knight. Untaps the Trebuchet. Among his many crimes. Whenever another creature... Okay. Bear with me on reading this ability. Whenever another creature dies, or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Sir Conrad the Grim deals 1 damage to each opponent. If it goes into a graveyard from either way, they just have it as 2 clauses. If it dies, or if it goes in from not the battlefield. But also if a creature leaves your graveyard, 1 damage to each opponent. Also 1 and a black, each player mills the top card. Each player mills 1. So you can just start activating that a bunch and just milling cards, and anytime either player mills a creature, it deals damage to the opponent. Sir Conrad's so great. So messed up. Pro tip from Ben, by the way, if Sir Conrad is a real groaner at your commander pod, you play Sir Conrad and everyone's like, oh, right? Get Dreadhound in there. Dreadhound does basically the same thing, but Dreadhound's a 6/6 for 6, but does basically the same thing. But no one cares. Or be a demon, run both. Slaying Fire is next. 2 and a red for an instant, deals 3 damage to any target. Boy, 3 mana is an awful lot for 3 damage to any target. Oh, but wait. With Adamant, if you spend 3 red, it deals 4 damage instead. I mean, it's expensive, but like I said, the Crashing Drawbridge is here. Like, sometimes you just have to play Slaying Fire. We have a On an Adventure tabletop reminder where you can put creatures that go off an adventure. We have a basic mountain and a rare. Ooh, standard all-star of the day. It's Brazen Borrower, a staple even now in cubes. 1 blue for a 3/1 fairy rogue with flash and flying, and it can only block creatures with flying. And it has an adventure, Petty Theft, which is an instant to return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. Nice. 2 very cool fairies out of this pack. And Sir Conrad is here. It's nice when one of these packs hits north of $5. That's a good feeling. Most of that, of course, is the Brazen Borrower at $3.75. But that, I mean, that's also going to be my first pick because it's just a very good card. Failing Brazen Borrower, pretending that that's not there and it's a rare that we don't care about. I think I'm taking Sir Conrad. Even in limited, Sir Conrad's very, very good. But I do just kind of want to move in on buckets. Bucket early, bucket often. No, still take Sir Conrad, because again, Sir Conrad's a knight, so works with the Trebuchet plan. You will the Trebuchet. But it's going to be Brazen Borrower. Hey, thank you, Joseph. Hopefully you had a good time at PAX Unplug 2019. And hopefully you all have enjoyed watching this Crack-A-Pack. If you want to send us a pack, you can do so at a convention if we're going to be there, or to the address on your screen. And if you want to support us financially, you can do that at our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, or by becoming a member on this very YouTube channel. Until next time, I have been Graham. James is on tech. Shoutouts to the editor, and thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time on the Crack-A-Pack.